Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Center, and welcome to the world of magic and miracles. Just came back from a special birthday celebration with my mom, for my mom, in Sacramento with other family members from the Advancement Center. It was an amazing time, even though it was very short, but it was all perfect, orchestrated, and delivered to everyone what each person needed, on top of having the opportunity to celebrate my mom's 86th birthday. So here I am back in front of the camera in Santa Barbara with this feeling of a life that's endless and a journey that's endless. The energy that's delivered through these words come with extreme gratitude, extreme joy and excitement. You have something in your life that you've always been waiting for, and that at the same time, you didn't know you were waiting. So for most of my life, I was unconscious that I was waiting or that I was headed somewhere. But the greatest part of that is I was traveling there, even while I didn't know. And the moment I began to have an inkling of that, the world opened. And what I was headed for started to take shape and form and feeling, drawing me to itself. And I felt it ever since. And I've been headed there ever since. Something that you can't describe, but a knowing nonetheless. And each one of us has that unique thing that has been calling them. And so every day I get a little closer, and yet I'm a little further away. But it pushes me to something that in part I've already experienced, and in part it's beyond what I could possibly know. It leads to this ultimate excitement, a curiosity, a drive. And as I go, I take humanity with me. Even as you go, you take humanity with you. Because every barrier you break through, every place you push past, you provide that for the all. It's an amazing thing that's happening to each of us as every day we move closer. Even those of us that might still be unconscious to what it is you set in motion before you arrived here. on this beautiful planet called Earth. So I'll share a few things with you today that are part of the journey to myself and the bringing others into that place that I live, but that I'm going beyond. The two kingdoms. This is the story of two kingdoms and the king who wanders into one from the other. This king, whose name is not important, was born on a planet in another universe. He sat on the throne for thousands of years. His kingdom was full of peace, harmony, and kindness, and he was a king from a long line of kings. One day he decided to visit another kingdom that was on a planet called Earth. He had heard about all the beauty and majesty of this kingdom, and he wanted to experience it for himself. When he arrived, he was in awe of the many multi-dimensional beings that were on this planet. Unlike his planet, where everyone had a similar appearance, he saw many unique beings from many different origins. He decided to stay for a while and experience all that this planet had to offer. He left his kingdom in the capable hands of his son, so he did not have to worry about having to hurry back. There was so much for him to see and do, and he looked forward to experiencing as much as he could. At first, he had no trouble experiencing everything with non-attachment, and he remembered that this was not his kingdom. His advanced being and his power and technology kept him above all that he was seeing and feeling. Only a few of the beings that he soon discovered were called humans were ever able to recognize him. But before long, he was beginning to forget who he was and the kingdom that he had come from. He had started to lose his way. As he experienced more and more, he began to see the control that was being used to manipulate the humans. And because of his nature, he started to try and overthrow the beings that were nothing more than false authorities. Because of his nature, he felt bad for the human population, and he saw that they had lost the remembrance of their own royal nature. As many years passed, he continued to enjoy many beautiful experiences, as well as the difficulties of being in a human body in a dimension that was under the control of malevolent beings. By now, he had almost forgotten his own kingdom, and it was only when he got flashes of his life there that he would realize that he too had become stuck, just like the humans he felt bad for. He realized that any engagement with this kingdom is a relinquishing of the sovereignty that is your true nature within your true kingdom. He realized that any attempt to fight or fix this kingdom was an agreement to be a part of it, and thus become a citizen thereof, with all the rights and rules and so-called privileges of that kingdom. He realized that this kingdom is the great deceiver, dangling carrots of a perfect life to some, and in the same breath offering an opportunity to fix its so-called problems to others. This kingdom has an infinite number of ways to lure you in, and it does just that. The king knew that the only way out was to fully divest himself from the existence of this other kingdom and the magnetic draw to its system. Then one day, as he sat alone pondering all these things, he heard a voice from behind him saying, "Father." The king turned around to see his son standing before him, and the king began to cry with joy, for the son had come to set him free. The king said to the son, "How long have I been gone?" And the son said, "1 day." And the king says, as it is written, one day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years like a day. And the son said, Father, it is good to see you. What have you learned from your adventure? And the king said, there are many kingdoms in the universe, and each has a purpose. You must always maintain the knowledge of your true kingdom, the one that comes from the lineage of your origin. You may experience the life and the culture and the beauty of any kingdom that you choose, but you must not forget your true royal sovereignty, and you must not try to fix any other kingdom, because they are not broken. They exist in their unique form to be experienced. Every interaction that you have within these other kingdoms without the remembrance of your true kingdom leads to a door, then to another door and another until you are lost, and that very kingdom is absorbed into your very being. Let us now return home, my beloved son. Thank you for finding me and helping me return to my kingdom. Each of these humans will have the very same moment that I am now having, as someone from their origin will appear to them or speak to them, and they will suddenly remember that this is not their kingdom. And in the blink of an eye, they will be gone, only to return, to lead the way to the new world for all humanity. For that old kingdom cannot be changed, it can only be transcended. First by an awareness of what it is, and then by a will and a desire that is greater than the forces of all the power that would keep you in the grip of the old kingdom. It only takes one, my son, to come to this mighty truth and choose the door with the flashing sign that says exit. And once that is done by the one, it is available to be done by the all. The entanglement of this kingdom is so insidious that even those who think they are free are not free at all. All of the connections to family, career, love, hope, and even death set the hook to keep you from the awareness of your true kingdom. These things and others keep you satisfied and in the dark, even as something inside you knows that this is not your kingdom. The people closest to you unconsciously play their role in making this kingdom seem like the place where everything will someday be perfect. This message unconsciously traps you into becoming a permanent resident, one with a house and a mortgage and 2 kids and a 2-car garage, therefore giving you a million reasons to call this place home and fight what you think is the good fight to make it better. If you stop for a minute, you can feel the depth of this physical, mental, and spiritual occupations all the way to your bones. Yet in spite of this, your kingdom awaits each one's return. But in the end, you must find this out for yourself and make the choice by yourself. No one can do it for you, even as there are some who will show up in your world to help point the way. For many have come and many will continue to come. And now I, your father, the king, have chosen to return and be one of those that will point the way. For as it is written, be in this world, this kingdom, but not of it, and keep watch for the exit sign and the entrance to your true kingdom and the glorious new world that will now and forever be your true home. This is the story of the 2 kingdoms, and I am the king. The Illusion of Separation, Part 2. How it makes us think, how it makes us believe, how it makes us live. The illusion was created and built with the most powerful concrete, allowing no light from the true reality to enter. But it could not stop the world of magic and miracles from creeping in through the cracks, making everyone wonder if there was something more that exists beyond this obvious reality. In this case, the miracles came first, and then the recognition of the magic within us came second. This led us to the world of spirit and the awareness of the existence of another reality and another way. It's the moments and things like receiving a phone call from someone that you're thinking about, or knowing what someone's about to say before they say it, or knowing the answer to a question before it's asked. These and many other moments of synchronicity point you to the existence of a connection that exists beyond this physical, limited reality, this illusion of separation. These types of things slip through the cracks of the foundation of the illusion of separation and give us the inclination to ask a question about how can we know the things that we know. And so our journey to the removal of the coat of the illusion of separation begins. It is an intense and arduous journey that only few have made. For once the structure of the illusion solidifies around you, it is difficult to accept something so fluid and something so simple as the world of magic and miracles and the world of spirit. The structure, which is a copy of the true structure, is placed or fitted over every piece of life, every animate and inanimate object, and every human brain. Because of this, everything looks as though it is full of wisdom, full of perfection, and alive with the awareness of the Creator. But instead, it holds a vibration of logic, reasoning, analysis, and cause and effect. And because everything is shrouded in the coat of the illusion of separation, the simplicity of magic and miracles is hidden from humanity, but it is hidden in plain sight, right underneath the false, allowing you, if you choose to, see and feel the true and perfect structure of everything that has ever been created. It is our fear that closes our eyes. It is our fear that closes our heart. And it is that place of fear that we only hear the logic, reasoning, analysis, and cause and effect speaking back to us from every piece of life. This communication is then built within the human condition, producing the human reaction. This is where all the laws come from, the rules and regulations, the medications, the psychosis, and the paralyzing thoughts. That you must eat your vegetables, your protein, your 8 glasses of water, your low amount of carbohydrates, and so on. All these things have been proven to be true in the physical world, but they are surpassed in the blink of an eye in your true world of your Creator. From these rules and laws that were generated from within the illusion of separation, we are taught how to think, how to believe, how to fear, and how to live as the concrete is poured into our field. But those of us that have eyes to see and ears to hear are toppling this structure of the illusion of separation, one transmission at a time. This delivery does not come with a method or a process or a step-by-step guide. It is merely a truth and a reality that is being brought into your awareness. Once you can see it for yourself, you will step into a world that is perfect in every way, and you will surpass how to think, how to believe, how to live, and all fear will leave you. For life itself will bend its will to your command, all because you no longer think, you no longer believe, and you no longer have to be taught how to live, because you will have surpassed the illusion of separation from your Creator and from everything. Everything in us has been trained to live by, with, and for the reality of the illusion of separation. The structure that forms the reality is an exact replica of the true. It is brilliant in its design and relentless in its determination to exist. In the true reality, we have full authority over our body, full authority over matter, time, space, and creation itself. This is who we really are. It is a tall order to see yourself in this way, but that is where we are going. You will be taken behind the illusion, and what you will see, hear, and feel is too incredible to describe. Never before seen colors, never before heard sounds, and never before felt feelings. And you will experience this in everyone and everything as the coat of the illusion that hides the real is pulled away from all that you see. I am rich in the awareness and knowing of what I can see. I have come to give it and give it freely. Some will come to bring the abundance that is needed in the physical world, that thing that we call currency. It is their mission to bring abundance forward for all. That is not for me to do, for I have come to point you in the direction of the true world of your Creator and your own true magnificence. Each one has come to bring what only they can bring, and when the time is right and perfect for you, you will do that very thing. We are all being prepared to deliver the totality of what we know through the power of our love. There is no turning back, and not even one will be left behind. So we gather all the courage that we have been given, and we stand tall and deliver to humanity and all life everywhere the reality of no separation. In whatever you have come to deliver, that reality exists within it, so that all will be brought to the freedom that has always been theirs, not given another person or thing to depend on, but to embody their own power and magnificence for the benefit of all. Now we take it all in and we celebrate the beauty that is in the place that we have been taken, knowing full well that there's always more. Cheers, everyone. Thank you for listening. There is one more part to deliver. So once again, stay tuned for part 3 of the illusion of separation. There once was a kingdom far, far away, where love and magic and miracles was the rule of the day. Nothing more, nothing less than to give your friend your best. There's much more story that I could tell to make the hardest heart swell. This is the story when love was king. When love was king, do you remember when love was king? When love was king, I remember, oh, when love and magic and miracles were king. They ruled the land with their fists unfurled, with open arms for the world. Of hungry children, first they think to pull their lives from the brink. When they were kings, they rescued souls in the sea. In drifting vessels, they would hear their plea. When they were kings, they threw a line before they'd sink and give the thirsty ones a drink. He told the meek that they should try to use the sword to smite the lie, that being kind is for the weak. When love was king. I pray the Lord these words we seek. When love was king, he showed respect for every man, regardless of their skin and clan. Beside him stood his mighty queen, an equal force, wise and keen. He lifted up the underneath, and all his wealth he did bequeath to those who toiled without a gain, so they would remember his name. So seek some place to call your own, right next to this mighty shining throne. When love and magic and miracles were king, when love was king. That kingdom is right in front of you, right behind you, to the left, to the right, above and below. Seek some place to call your own, right next to that mighty throne. Cheers, everyone. Sending you, as always, a perfect life with perfect health and a magic future. I am your friend. I am David.